Hello there, fellow Touhou readers, Touhou fans of such. Welcome back to Mosaics of Eastern Wonderland with your honorable host, Jordan, and the amazing co-host.
What the hell? Who are you,
Hey,
dude? Are you with Jordan?
We are a sophisticated club, you fuckwit. Come,
Club? What are we? Like, are we?
Now speak Do you want me to put you under the guillotine? Yes or no?
Screw you, dude. I'm Kodo, the other host, by the way.
Yes, you are Kodo, the very uncouth host, if I may recall. So today, we shall be doing something amazing, something wonderful, something batshit fucking insane. Today we're going to be talking about Memories of Phantasm. It's not a doujin. No, it's not.
It's a doujin.
It is. Well, when I say doujin, I mean a doujin comic. Let's be a bit more specific there, yes. It is not a doujin comic. It is instead a doujin anime.
Wait, it's a comic in a way. Technically, it's a comic.
What?
Moving comic. Fuck? It's a moving comic. Animation is a moving drawing.
Fucking ass with this. Come on!
I know you'll get angry.
I will fucking die. Punch. Pow.
Jesus, I know that you will get angry if I interrupt at this moment.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, anyway.
We are watching a fan anime of Touhou, one of the most well-known.
It's basically the most well-known. It's the most well-known.
Phantasm. Yes. Memories of Phantasm.
Well, if you look up Touhou anime, like just Google it, the first thing it pops up is the Memories of Phantasm, also known as Fantasy Kaleidoscope.
Yes, that's true.
Like if you see a lot of the animation gifs or the animation memes, they all use the scenes from that Fantasy Kaleidoscope. Yeah.
Yep. It's a pretty special one.
It's the most popular. It's basically the most popular Touhou anime, fan anime.
Yep. And we're gonna talk about it and maybe rip it to shreds. I don't know.
Well, do you like it?
Here's the sad thing. I did at first. However, I have lost a lot of respect for it, which is very sad. I'm not losing respect over the people who created it. The people who created it are talented. They have the chops. They can do anime. They can animate. But in terms of consistency, they have disappointed me to no end, which actually is very unreasonable. It's a very unreasonable stance by me, if only because by the looks of it, they're not really earning too much out of this. It's not something that they earn money from.
They're doing it for passions. Because it's a doujin. It's a doujin. Yeah, doujin is a doujin anime after all.
But I expect you to put more effort into it as it goes on.
Okay.
Again, as I've told you, it's a very unreasonable thing to think about because I'm technically being a piece of fucking shit. I cannot lie about that. I'm being a piece of shit.
I don't know. I think it's fine. Depends.
I don't know. Some of my arguments are very harsh. If you do not take into some of my arguments sound as if they do not take into account the context of what the production is and stuff.
Okay.
Before I go into any more detail, do you like it?
Okay. Let's say I think I have watched like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've watched 5 Touhou fan anime, and I think I put this at the lowest of all the 5 Touhou anime I watched. Fan anime I watched, I put this at the lowest. And
that's sad.
But that doesn't mean I hate it. It's my least favorite, my least like fan anime.
Okay.
But for the sake of this podcast, of course I did go and watch it, and then after I watched it, I was more positive of it. But yeah, I was more positive of it right now. But it's still not by for a long shot. I still think there's still some very glaring problems. But I do appreciate some new things that I used to not appreciate of it.
Okay.
So I say maybe more positive than you, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Also, for the sake of this podcast, I could not be bothered to go through 3/4 of the what has been released. And as I rewatched it, I came to realize I hated it even more.
Really?
Which is pretty sad because I honestly wanted to love it. I loved it in the beginning. The first time I watched it, I was so happy that we had something of this high production value. But as the time went on, I came to a realization that it's just not up to my standard. Because every moment of it, I kept asking myself, why the fuck does it feel like I can do better? Even though I'm under the impression I cannot. Because I'm not a professional, I have not done animation, I have not done directing animation. I have directed like tiny 5-minute films.
You can write stories. Maybe you can be the writing team.
It's not even about writing. It comes down to things like framing and stuff. Because I feel like a lot of things have really been detrimented, if only because there are certain parts of it that feel like they could have been done a whole lot better. But they were not done better.
I see.
I could go into a whole lot more detail, I swear to God. But maybe we should start with you. We could start with you. Let's start with you. You have notes, yes? Yes.
Yeah, I do have notes. Let's see, how should I start? No, I don't know where to start first.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. Let's just say... Okay, I'll just give a review or sort what I think of this show. Okay. I can go into more details.
Maybe we should we start with, at the very least, an overview.
Okay, overview. Okay, who's gonna do the overview? Or do I do it or you do it?
Maybe I don't know. Let's both do it or something.
Okay, fine, I do it.
Maybe not.
I do it. Okay.
Okay. What were you saying?
Touhou Fantasy Kaleidoscope, I don't know how to pronounce it. Fantasy Kaleidoscope Memory of Phantasm is a currently ongoing Touhou fan anime. There are 12 episodes at this moment, and you can actually watch it for free legally on YouTube. Like the studio or the new circle, depends on how you say it. The studio that made it, they actually have their own YouTube channel and their own Nico Nico channel. So you can go to Nico Nico or YouTube channel, and if you manage to find their names, found their channel, which is basically their kanji names, you can actually find it, and you can watch currently 11 episodes for free because they uploaded them, and there are English subs.
Yep.
Yeah. And
it is to be noted that the originals do not have any dubbing. They have no voice acting whatsoever.
There are no voice actings. Like up to the latest one, the 12th episode, there's no voice actings. If you have for the ones who have, if you have actually watched it on YouTube or maybe something, those are probably dubbed by outside peoples. Yeah.
Yes, they're basically fan-dubs, basically. They only produce the animation and what is supposed to be in the script, basically. And that's it. Everyone else has to fan-dub, what's from the script and stuff. That's how, I guess that was their production, basically.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Which I suppose is very interesting.
Okay. And then... Yeah, so right now there are 11 episodes uploaded officially. The 12 episodes, I tried to find it, but I cannot find anywhere else aside from one YouTube video. That YouTube video...
Wouldn't that just mean the 12th episode exists?
It exists. It definitely exists, but I cannot find anywhere on the internet. except for one YouTube videos, which let me check first whether that YouTube video still exists. That YouTube video basically condenses all the 12 episodes into one video, and it skips the opening.
No, it does it does exist. I was watching that one.
It skips
I don't
the
know whether
opening.
it does have like the 12. Yeah, and
yeah, it still exists.
Like 60
apparently it's like 1 hour and 48 minutes. It skips the OP and ED.
I think that's the one I was watching. Yes.
Yeah, I also watched that. Yeah, and yeah, so I think that's the overview. Or the overview.
The overview.
Can say.
Yes.
Yeah.
The overview.
Yeah. If you are interested in watching it, I suggest watching the official ones to at least support the studios behind it. So it won't be easy. You need to know some kanjis.
That's pretty
Find
sad.
your way. Okay. Who's going to express their thoughts on the show first?
Yes.
Who's going to do it first?
Oh, I don't think anyone wants to hear me like beat the shit out of it.
I do it. Okay, fine. I do it first. Okay, so just now I say on my rewatch on the show, just for this podcast, I was much more positive of it, but not by a long shot, because I find that it has actually pretty good animations, through and through, up to the end.
Ugh.
Okay, it seems you disagree with me. Like, the animation is like, holy shit, it's like, for a fan anime, actually better than some modern anime I've seen. Like, well, I don't expect the production to be that. Well, the word production is vague. They just say animation. I don't expect the animation to be that good, especially when it's like a fan-made one. And so the fights there are a lot of fights when I think about it. And I think there's at least they at least try to have one fight every episode. They at least try to. Okay, hold on. I need to explain what. We haven't talked about the plot synopsis. It's basically the fan anime is adaptations of the main Touhou games.
Yep.
Yeah, the first episode is basically Perfect Cherry Blossom. They use the stories and settings of Perfect Cherry Blossom to introduce everything. Yes. Mm-hmm. And the second episode up to the next 3 episodes, which is 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. They are basically the embodiment of Scarlet Devils, but it's told in flashback. Counted flashback in the aftermath of subterranean animism. Yeah, for those people who doesn't know all these names, you can try to look up in Touhou wikis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the next 2 episodes is about Phantasmagoria of Flower View, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 episodes. 5 and 6.
No, isn't it just 1 episode?
No, 2 episodes.
No. I remember it just being 1 though.
It's actually 2.
The episode after that is Hisotensoku, isn't it?
No, there's 2 episodes of Phantasmagoria of Flower Views. And
what was the first episode about?
Damn it.
What was it?
I don't really remember a bit. Okay, let me try to explain.
No, I literally watched this fucking morning before I came up.
There's actually there's actually 2 episodes. You just look up the wiki.
No. I only remember 1 episode. That 1 episode would just be.
That 1 episode is Hisotensoku. Hisotensoku has only 1 episode, which is the 7.
No, the 1 episode is Hisotensoku. The other 1 episode should just be Phantasmagoria as well, isn't it? It can't. I only remember the Phantasmagoria part to be pretty short.
There's only 2 episodes, and that's the only story arc with no fightings.
I'm trying to remember whether or not that is actually the case.
You can look up the wiki.
I do not recall an episode being that 2 episodes being that short.
You can look up the wiki.
I don't even know whether. No, it wouldn't be cut off from there, is it? Nah.
Okay, hold on. I have not finished. I have not finished it.
To the wiki later.
So the 5 and 6, aside from talking about the Phantasmagoria Flower View, they also have some plot elements of what's the name again? 7 point. No. What's the Aya game? The Aya spin-off game. Shoot the bullets. Yeah, it has some plot elements of shoot the bullets. Because Aya is fucking around. And then
yeah, sure. Next time, if any doujin has Aya fucking around, it basically has shoot the bullet elements. That is how you describe it. Every Aya doujin in the world, it has shoot the bullet elements.
Well, okay.
Stupid way of saying it.
Okay, so let's just say fucking 5 and 6 is shoot the bullets and Phantasmagoria Flower View, and then episode 7 is Isotensoku, and episode 8 through 11 is Imperishable Night, and episode 12 is, from what I see, is Imperishable Night Extra Stage. That's the plot synopsis.
It's basically the end. I'm still waiting for Mountain of Faith. I swear to God, if it does come out, I will actually watch it because I want to see Kaneko's huge tits. Fuck!
You already see Kaneko's huge tits in like episode 2. You already see Kaneko's huge tits in episode 2 and the end of episode 11. Kaneko's tits also appear. Have you watched the end? Have you watched episode 11?
Yes, I remember. I remember episode 11 because I saw the
Kaneko's tits also over there.
I was literally promised it, and after that, episode 12 comes out, and I remember you saying, "Oh, it's not. It's just like extra stage," and I'm so disappointed. I want to kill people. Come here, I'll kill you, guy on the fucking
But when
street.
you think about it, everything, like a lot of the girls has large tits in this anime. Probably for fan service.
I don't remember Sanae to have rather modest.
No, Sanae has a big tits.
No, Yukari
and Ren and Sakuya. Sakuya also has a big tits.
Does Sakuya have? I don't remember that.
Sakuya has a big tits. No, and Eri has a big.
It's not as big as I don't remember them being as big as Ren and Yukari. So.
Well, it doesn't matter whether who's one's bigger. It's just say they are all very big. Okay? See, a D cup and a double D cup both are very big. Okay?
That is baby size. Come on.
Okay, fine. A G cup and a double G cup both are very big.
Okay, no, dude. I've just come to realize we're literally doing this. Usually we're doing this because we want to go in depth, but now we're just talking about whose breast size is bigger. All because I said I wanted to see Kaneko.
Well, this whole episode is a discussion of the doujin anime anyway, so I think we can talk about basically anything.
I suppose.
Okay.
We have no rules, motherfuckers. We will go where we want, and we will destroy anything.
I'm going to my reviews. I only say it has great animation, and the fights are pretty good. Again, almost every episode has fights. Aside from the Phantasmagoria of Flower View, those episodes, those don't have fight. And okay, I kind of enjoy the fight, but I won't watch it again and again because like they just look pretty, and that's it.
The fights are too short. The fights are so short.
No, I don't find the fight short. I just
do you remember Yuyuko's fight in like the first episode? The moment Reimu comes in is the moment everything fucking ends.
Nah, it isn't. I disagree. There are some fights. Like there's like Marisa, they dodge some bullets, and Marisa shoot the Master Spark. And I think Yuko has also tried to shoot some things. But anyway, my point is, did they just say the fights are great? Okay,
you did say you were okay with some of the fights.
I think I need to rephrase it. The fights are animated well, but they aren't good. They are not good fights. I repeat, they are not good fights, but they are animated well. They are just animated well.
Agree with me.
So that's what So I won't ever rewatch the fights, aside from maybe the JoJo voice dub of Sakuya Reimu fight, because that one is funny.
Wait, there is one? Are you serious?
There are two actually.
Holy shit!
There are two. There's Sakuya and Reimu they fight, but with the Jotaro and Dio redub. And it's I just watch that over and over again because it's just JoJo beautiful. Memes. Yeah, and
holy shit.
Yeah, they are really good fights because even though they're good animation, because I don't feel like they are really that hype. It's just like they just shoot bullets at each other and then they just throw their special moves at each other.
It's all bark. There's no bite into it.
There's no impact.
Everything.
Impact.
All the bullets feel like they do fucking nothing. They're just there to give eye candy. There is no importance to anything.
Yeah, it's like eye candy. I agree. It's eye candy. They're like the fights. They are just like there's no give and how should I say give and take. It's give there's no. I don't know how to explain. There's like if you see if you watch a very good a very good fight choreography, like maybe let's say John Wick fight or maybe some martial arts movie fights. There's like the give and take. Like I don't know why I keep thinking about give and take. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's a sense of direction in how who to start the fight first and how one's going to respond to that, and then they counter it.
I'm not
and there's
really
counter. Screw this. I just say the fight. It's a similar problem I have with review style. Like I also think that one is only eye candy and does have good fights. Review style it's really hard to explain. I just say they don't have a sense of directions. Like the fights, they don't have a sense of direction. They aren't really well directed fight. Yeah. They just
me tell you,
they are just eye candies, like you say.
No, let me tell you one thing that could have actually made it better for the fandom I was listening to. Sound design. Every impact, every flying danmaku, every single thing in a battle sounds so soft. It's like they're in the distance. They're not there. They're inconveniences to the main character as they scream.
Well, they are grazing the bullets, right? They are grazing the bullets.
But why is there no? There is a part in one of the the very end of the Embodiment of Scarlet Devil storyline.
Which
where
fight?
Remilia, the very last one, Remilia and Flandre versus Mimamursa.
Oh, hold on. By the way, a lot, even though they adapt the main Touhou games, a lot of the plot elements have really changed to fit in the structure of anime. Because if they just adapt it straight 1-to-1, it won't work. Like when you think about it, the Touhou original stories they can't really work as they
can't work as film.
Yeah, they cannot really work as film, so they have to change a lot. They have to change a lot. Like for example, like Marisa and Matt, the first incident only Reimu is involved. Marisa isn't involved at all. The Embodiment Sky Devils, but in this one, Marisa Reimu is involved, and Marisa is the who got in first, and he met Flandre, the first person she met.
Dude, you don't have to go through a fucking synopsis.
Okay. There's
at
examples of the.
At the very least, it is a good example of the differences between the original and the anime itself.
Anyway, the final battle is Remilia and Flandre versus Reimu and Marisa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sound design there was god awful for the fandom. I don't know whether or not it would be.
What do you mean by fandom? Fandom is just the voice.
No,
it's just the voice.
Because for some reason they were not able to, at the very least, equalize. It's maybe I don't know. They made a different word to this. I'm gonna use the word equalize. I don't know if it's the right word for audio. They didn't equalize the audio to a point where it sounds as if they were real fucking explosions. There was real Danmaku being shot around. There was real dangerous stuff being shot around. Everything felt soft. It sounded soft. There was no impact in anything. And every time I hear the character's voice, I just think to myself, wait, how am I hearing this so clearly? When by the looks of it, Danmaku has literally streamed in front of my hypothetical face multiple times, and it sounds as if someone just threw a paper airplane.
Hold on.
No sound at all.
There's no sound.
Why?
There's no sound at all, or there's very terrible sound.
When I said there is no sound, I was being very hyperbolic. When I meant by there is no sound, the sound is too soft.
Oh, okay.
They should have increased the volume of the Danmaku and decreased the volume of the voice acting so that it seems to be muffled, so that it could be muffled beneath all the Danmaku flying everywhere and stuff. That would have made it sound much better. It would have given it impact. But without it, it feels so bland. There's nothing to it. It doesn't even feel like there's any stakes for some reason, even though it is supposed to have stakes.
Hold on first. First. The ones we have the fan dub, do they have sound in it aside from the music?
Yes, they do have the original sound, and then they
do they have the sound effects? Like the bullets or the explosions and stuff. The original episodes, do they have the sound effects?
I thought the originals had sound effects.
I don't remember.
Do they? Or do they just have music?
Yeah, I don't remember as well. I remember there's music.
If they don't have sound effects, that's even worse for the fan dubbers, because the fan dubbers did not properly handle the sound design. It sounds so tame. There's no impact. I hated it. Every moment of it. That's all I could say for that part.
Unfortunately, I cannot add anything because first, I'm not very good at hearing things. I cannot tell what is a good and bad idea. And the second is, I just don't remember how they sound like.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that case. Okay.
Let me just tell you, they sound like they have been. They sound like they've been fucking neutered.
I wonder, will I rather listen to those sound effects or listen to the radios in the supermarket I work in? Huh. Yeah, I really hate the radios.
Just listen to the fucking radio. At least the radio sounds right.
No, they're cancerous. The radios in my supermarket,
they sound right.
They play no, they don't sound right because the speaker sucks. Hello?
Really now?
Yeah, and the radios, they just make me hate. Make me hate Malaysia's radio right now. I hate it so much that they make me hate Malaysia's radio. I think they have no redeeming point, and I just want to avoid them for eternities. And when I have kids, I would just tell them avoid Malaysia's radios. Don't ever listen to them. And just tell them to listen to ASMR. Okay, that's off topics. Hello?
Sorry about that. Again, we have technical difficulties. The first few times we're in the other podcast. Is this the first time it's ever happened in this podcast? I don't really know.
Yeah, it's the first time that happens in this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Some stuff happened. I think I disconnected. I don't know.
Yeah,
we should be fine. Let's go back to beating the shit out of a fan anime.
Anyway,
like the fucking asshole.
Talking about sound effect, and I think and I can bring that to other point, which is about the soundtracks. I don't like the soundtracks. Hello?
Oh shit, that is true. I don't. You mean the soundtrack of the entire anime itself?
The entire soundtrack, aside from the opening and the ending. Yeah, I don't like the soundtrack because the soundtracks are just remix of the character themes, which doesn't fit into the context of the scenes.
Yeah, that is true. There are times it doesn't sound right. Why did you put it in this scene? Sometimes
because I understand the reason. I understand the reasons. Like okay, so like okay, for example, Sakuya came out, so they play Sakuya's team, and that doesn't really work at all. Then okay, so like okay, Sakuya come out, so Sakuya sings, so they play Sakuya's theme song, or maybe Yukari sings because Yukari came out, so they play Yukari's theme song. This is how the soundtrack works. Soundtrack works for this anime, and they don't work at all because these Touhou teams we all know and love, they are boss teams. They are video game boss teams, and no matter how you remix it, like maybe you mix it into orchestral or maybe metal or something, they cannot fit the things. This cannot fit it in the film, in the visual mixed media, or visual media. This don't fix in the context of this anime. I think it would be better with, even though if it takes a lot more cost, it might cost a lot more. Is like if they actually compose their own soundtrack to fit the context of every scene. I think that's the better way to go. Yeah, instead of going for remixed character themes for each scene.
I actually disagree with your idea of having like the original soundtracks. I don't know. It is still okay for us to do Touhou remixes because, of course, this is a fan anime.
But the thing is, they don't fit.
They won't fit.
They won't fit into a film.
That does not mean it does not work. It has the capacity to work. The problem is their remixes did not remix it to a point where it fits the mood. They need to remix it again, but now with a more appropriate sound in mind. That's what I believe. Because
sound in mind.
Because yes, because think about.
They need so basically you are saying using better remix character themes, but they have to fit the mood.
Yes, either they. No, they have to actually look into the remixes again. They have to look into remixing it again. They have to look into whether or not it fits the mood. It fits the mood consistently. If it transitions from the mood of another to the mood of this scene. Because if not, everything becomes very off. Like what we seem to agree with right now. We don't like the original, but we don't like the soundtrack right now. The soundtrack right now does not fit. However,
I think that our reason for why it doesn't fit is different. I think it doesn't fit. I think it doesn't fit because they are character themes, and I think there's no other ways to make the character themes fit the.
I think it does. I think it doesn't fit because it does not capture the mood of the scene, not because they are character themes. I do believe they can capture it, though. However, they must have a certain sound to it, a certain ambiance, a certain aesthetic to the sound to get it to fit.
I see.
Just because they're character themes doesn't really mean they can never ever be a mood sounds, I guess. Or maybe we could make a compromise. Rather than using character themes, we could use the stage themes instead. Or it doesn't even have to be the theme of a stage of a certain character. It could just be the theme of the game, the game. A stage theme of the game. One of the stage themes.
I think there is. I think there is stage theme. There's stage themes in the.
There are stage themes, but I will come to believe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think
character themes seem to be more prevalent, and because they're character themes, you feel some of the original intent of how it portrays the characters inside the themes. So I suppose they don't really work best as mood setters. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have anything to say?
No. I want to just.
win.
I will just. What?
I win.
No, actually, it's more like I don't really care. I just think
Do you not have passion
I don't
for
feel that.
Do you not have?
I don't feel like debating
Okay.
this with you.
Interesting. Have you run out of steam?
No, you want me to just? You want me
Then
to
what
just?
else must?
Let me just
then
continue
we can
on this
agree
point.
to disagree. We could argue this later one day. Who knows? We might never
No,
argue.
I really don't feel like really don't feel like debating this with you. I just stand that.
That's why I said we might never argue it.
Yeah.
So we might never argue it.
Yeah, we're just different.
We both have different. We both have different opinions.
Yeah, both different opinions of how to fix this.
Yeah.
This
and by the looks
soundtrack.
of it, we're not interested in changing each other's opinions.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Other than that,
Let
the
me
soundtrack
see.
is pretty shit.
Yeah, but the openings and the endings are fucking great.
No, the opening and the ending is great.
Fucking holy shit, they're great. Like each all of them are pretty cool.
Wasn't it the opening of this show, of this fan anime? Literally, the reason why Gensokyo the God's Love is the technical anthem of Gensokyo, or at least it's joked as the anthem of Gensokyo.
I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this joke.
Are you sure?
I'm serious. I've never heard of this joke.
If you were to ask people what is the anthem of the Touhou games, either it could be one of the, I think it was PCB Stage 1 theme, because I love that one, or it is Gensokyo the God's Love, which is the Mountain of Fate Stage 3.
But Gensokyo's God's Love is very, just say, patriotic. It feels a bit patriotic, to be honest.
That's why it's a fucking anthem. That's why they say it's an anthem.
That has nothing to do with the anime.
Wait. Can you repeat that? Are you trying to tell me Gensokyo the God's Love has nothing to do with the anime, or the anime has nothing to do with the fact that people may be thinking that Gensokyo the God's Love sounds like an anthem for the Touhou series?
I don't really get what you say. I'm trying to say is the fact that people think that Stage 3 theme song is an anthem has nothing to do with the fact that the first opening of the fan anime is the Stage 3 theme.
That wasn't what I was trying to say.
For fuck's sake.
I was trying to say because this song was chosen as the opening of the fan anime. People realized, oh wow, it sounds so good, we're gonna joke about it and say it is the anthem of Touhou. There is no official document saying it is, but a lot of people have noticed maybe it can be. Because it has, it sounds right. It sounds like it has the potential to be that. And that's why some people have said that could be the case.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I gonna say again?
Because yes, the opening is pretty good.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about the openings. The next thing I would like to talk about is, well, okay, the dialogue. I find the dialogues sucks. I don't like that. They feel very unnatural. What do you think?
I mean, I guess.
I really find the dialogue very unnatural, and I don't want to listen. I don't want to read it, or I don't want. And if I ever understand Japanese, I don't think I would ever want to hear them speak those dialogue. It's just getting weird. it's just unnatural.
I suppose it feels like it is written by someone who has never really. It feels like it's written by someone who hasn't listened to another human. Actually, no, that's too harsh. It's just it's as if it's written by someone who has a very basic understanding of writing good dialogue. The dialogue is fine. I'm fine with the dialogue. I did not really see any problem with it. There are, however, times where it seems as if you really don't need to say this certain thing. You could have just omitted that. Just shut up. You don't have to say that part. That, I suppose, suppose I could agree with you if that.
Oh no, I don't mean that part. I don't mean that like they saying too much unnecessary fluff. I just mean that the whole dialogue is just kind of soulless. Like they are soulless. They aren't really natural. I don't feel like they are having conversations at all. Like they're just reading something off the script. Yeah, I don't feel like they are having. I don't feel like any of the characters are talking to each other.
Are you talking about the fan dub?
I'm looking at the dialogue. I'm looking at the dialogues.
Just the dialogue in general.
Yeah, I'm looking at dialogues, not the voice. Yeah.
Like the very scripted. Okay.
Yes, I just don't like the scripts. I don't like the dialogue. It just they are unnatural. I feel like they don't like the characters are not talking to each other. They're just basically reading something.
I mean, I guess
the script. Just reading the scripts in front of each other. So it's just very unnatural, and in turn it makes it kind of creepy to watch it. It's like reminds me. Reminds me, like reading the dialogues just reminds me of those Project Diva cutscenes.
So wait, you're basically saying it feels disconnected.
Not disconnected. It's unnatural, uncomfortable. Unnatural. You can even say uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm fine with the dialogue, honestly. I don't really much. I'm not bothered by it.
I see.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty bothered by it. Let's see, what other things I can say.
The animation is fucking inconsistent.
Inconsistent?
The very first episode was pretty good. I like the animation. I like the fact that there was quite a bit of animation rather than just still frames. Because I say there's plenty of animations throughout the series. No, later on, everything starts to get very
still frames.
So, there are more still frames. It gets very oddly lazy. I don't know why. Maybe because they have come to a point where not everything is now a 1 year time limit. I can't believe they released this yearly, right? Is it? They released it.
I'm not sure. A few months.
Because if that is the case, it would because if that's the case, it would make sense for their first episode to be animated the best, because they had a lot of time to do it, a lot of time. However, if they are constrained by 1 year time limits, they don't have the time anymore. They need to rush a bit, and what better way to rush than to use like animation shortcuts, which are prevalent across anime all the time.
Okay, wait. Why do you don't watch animes anymore?
Because I fucking hate still frames. Did you not at least have the effort to make the still frames look fucking good? Look artistically interesting. Most, if not all, the still frames in the fan anime just don't feel interesting. They feel so awkward.
I don't recall.
Jesus fucking Christ. Rainbow, blink! Look around! Move your eyes! Why are you just a fucking statue? Why does this happen to every anime? How has no director ever looked at their own anime and say, yeah, this is fine? Really? Really? I demand fucking respect. I and every consumer of anime demand fucking respect. And this is what you give me. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm actually legitimately passionate about this.
I don't recall that much still frames. In fact, I think in my memories, I think the animation is kept consistent trend too. And there's even exaggerated expression in the later up until the latest episode. Yeah, this anime has exaggerated expression, which is good. I like exaggerated expressions.
Yeah, it does use exaggerated
which is cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, I say I should check it out again to see whether you are right. To see whether there's a lot of still frames in the later episodes.
Oh, no. I remember this in one of the Phantasmagoria storylines. Last scene where Marissa accidentally punches Aiki.
Yeah.
That scene is fucking criminal.
What, you want them to animate you want them to animate Marissa punch?
Just animate. Give me more impact. Give me something.
Isn't this?
It feels so blandly done.
Isn't there more like a direction problems instead of animation problem?
That is a direction problem. But okay, maybe we should talk about directing.
I'm not very good at that. I only know that jump cuts is shit. Jump cuts is a scene.
I'm okay, I guess. I've only directed like 2 short videos, and even then, I didn't direct them very well.
Okay.
However, if we're looking at it from the highest point standpoint, like with the most artistic sense of direction, with the sense of direction that tries to emphasize everything that should be emphasized, and tries to give more than just the most basic effect to a scene. If you know how to direct a scene, you can give a scene a lot more impact, a lot more feeling of tone, of mood, of feeling, just the feeling of it all. If you know how to direct it. Say the part where Eki gets punched.
Yeah.
It is a very oddly bland punch. It is comedic. The first time you watch it, it's comedic as shit. But if you were to really think about it, if you put your standards very high, you will realize it's a very boring punch. And this is why in the beginning, if I remember in the beginning, I said I was going to be a fucking asshole in this. This is where I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Because when I argue this, I don't care about the context of what the production is. The production here it is just a group of fans who are passionate about the series, and they are trying to make a fan anime. They are not really there to make a profit. So of course they're not going to want... They're only going to give their A game because of their passion. That is the context of what the show should be looked at. However, I'm looking at it as if it were a full-on produced show, which is a bit of a problem because that is not how the show was made. In this context, I do not like the directing one bit. The directing is stale. It is boring. There are times when the directing is fine. It shows what it needs to show, especially in the action scenes. The action scenes are pretty cool. Okay to well directed. They show everything that needs to be shown. Sometimes some of the impact of certain things is actually pretty well done. And I suppose some of these scenes are pretty hype based on, I guess, like the framing of it all, the pacing. That's pretty good. But back to Eiki's punch. As I watched it, I kept asking myself, why do I feel like I can make this so much better? Like, why does it have to end with a photo from Aya? It makes sense to end with a photo from Aya. But it takes away the impact of it all. It takes away the fact that this could have been a really powerful punch, even though it was an accident. It would have been hilarious if we had given it more exaggeration. Sell me the comedic effect of the punch. Don't show me the comedic effect of the punch. Sell it to me. You did not sell it to me. I am not interested. I am not impressed. The other part that I remember is again also from Phantasmagoria of the Phantasmagoria storyline. The part where Tsunono meets Yuka for the first time.
Okay, that's the beginning.
Why is it so directed so poorly? Why are we not showing Yuka from a low-angle perspective? If you remember in certain movies and certain shows, the big baddie or something, or at least the person with a lot of presence, is usually filmed or animated from a low angle. Yes. You look at him from a low angle. It's as if you're looking up to him. Or in this case, you're looking up to Yuka if you were able to animate it that way. They didn't animate it this way. They just animated her like, in a normal shot. It's like, it's like the camera's in front of her. That's fucking it. It's so boring. Why? Why would you do this?
Yeah, a lot more knowledgeable. You're so knowledgeable in the directing things.
Yeah.
That is way more than me. I never think about all these things. So I can really give much comments. And I'm going to rewatch.
True.
I'm going to rewatch.
I suppose that's a bit sad. Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch the anime. I'm going to watch the anime to pay attention to these things.
Yeah. And now think about if Yuka is seen as a low angle, if we could have had Yuka seen as a low angle, why is Tsuruno not at the very least also filmed or animated at a high angle? You're looking down on her. If that were the case, sell me the dynamic between the two characters. Sell me Yuka's fearsome presence with the low angle shot, with her looming over, towering over Tsuruno, and sell me Tsuruno's tininess in all this by making a high angle shot, as if we're all looking down on how tiny she is compared to everyone else. Why did you not do this? Isn't it fucking simple? You didn't even need to do the panning. You could have just had Yuka walk into the low angle frame. That would have worked. But you didn't. However, I do have to praise one part of Phantasmagoria's direction. Remember the part where Aya and Yomu are being lectured by Eiki?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene?
Yes.
It's a very wide angle. It's a very wide shot. It's a very big shot.
Oh, very long. It's a long wide shot. It's a long wide shot.
Yes. You can see the surroundings. Komachi literally comes in at a certain point.
Yeah.
They're all tiny. And for some reason, I don't know why, during the fan dub, they fanned up Eiki's voice to literally be a duck because it's so funny. That is actually a pretty funny little way of doing a bit of comedy because it's so far away, it's none of your business. But the reactions are hilarious. It's as if imagine it like this, like as if you're in a coffee shop and from a distance, you see someone chastising someone else. But they did it in such a comedic fashion that to them it's serious. For you, who's sitting in the coffee shop, watching from a distance, it's the most hilarious fucking thing in the world. In that little scene, they directed it very well. It's very minimalistic direction, but the fact that they chose it to be a wide shot, the fact that they did the fact that they at the very least conjured that feeling, that sense of watching something serious from a distance, but because of the fact that it's none of your business, it becomes comedic. That's very good. I like that. I like that feeling. I like how the directing, at the very least, got that right. But after that, everything fucking falls apart. Fuck it. I can't. I don't know why. Most of my directing problems are from Phantasmagoria. I think that's because I started paying a lot more attention at that point in time. So yeah.
I see.
Let's just say it could be improved a lot.
I'm definitely going to check out, rewatch the videos, rewatch the anime to pay attention to the direction.
No. I need to warn everyone watching this again, just in case. I am looking at it without the context of the production.
I don't care.
It is to be noted that the production may be amateurs, which is why these decisions were done. It could also be because of time limits, which is why they did a lot of time-saving methods. It could be because of inexperience, the amateur experience.
I don't care.
But people do, other than you, of course. People watching this may care. I'm going to tell them, as I was critiquing the directing, I was not taking into consideration those contexts. You don't seem to want to either.
Yeah.
Some people might.
Okay.
So I'm just telling those people, if you are taking those things into consideration, I am under the impression you're going to give them a bit more leniency in terms of their directing, in terms of all of this and that. If someone fucking argues with me and tells me that that's how the anime industry works, the anime industry has always been like this, I will fucking I will want to kill you, because that just means the anime industry is fucked up. something is wrong in the anime industry.
Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong in the anime industry. I think everybody knows that by this point.
Yes. But if you were to argue with me and say it's the norm of the anime industry,
what the fuck?
Something's fucking wrong.
That's a very weird take.
If someone ever thinks to argue this to me, that is a very odd way of saying. I mean, that's a very odd stance to even fucking take in general.
Okay. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what I can talk about next.
What could you talk about? Maybe the characterization of the characters? I wasn't really fully paying attention to that. Whoops.
Okay. Well, okay, back then, if I didn't watch the shows, one of the big criticism I will give is that the plot moves too fast. It feels too rushed.
Oh yeah, that is true.
But right now, after I watch it, I'm kind of mixed about these opinions. I'm not sure whether it's proper to say the plot moves way too fast, or maybe it's actually paced pretty well. Okay, why do I have this thought back then? It's because back then I just watched the first episode of Imperishable Night, and beforehand, I've heard about I was very excited for Imperishable Night's story arc because that one has a tons of characters. In the game you have 4 teams to choose from, and each team has 2 characters. That's 8 characters, and the Imperishable Night characters are going to make an appearance, and Moko might make an appearance. So I was thinking, so many characters in it, and then Marisa and Rimu will probably fight. So how will they adapt this? I was kind of excited, and then after I watched the first episode, I was thinking, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, hold on! Oh no, my mic! I think I said something wrong.
Fuck? Were you that angry?
No, the mic just fall by itself. I think I say something wrong, and then the mic just fall by itself. Okay.
The mic was like, fuck you too.
Okay, so yeah, and then that's why I think of the that's why I think of it, the Imperishable Night back then. I watched it and really, really disappointed. And then the next episode, I was also very disappointed. The next episode, they just I just look at it and I was thinking, bro, you are saying Yukari and Alice team up, they cannot defeat Raisin. What the fuck?
Did you just pronounce Alice as Alice?
Alice.
Come on. Okay.
So and then the next episode I was also disappointed again. I was thinking, who in the right mind would think Yukari will lose to Raisin, especially when there's another person assisting Yukari.
That is true. They don't really take into account, I guess, power
levels.
Yeah,
and they try to make
everyone else.
And then the plot is and then regarding the other plots, I'm not sure whether to criticize it or to praise it. The way they make the plot of the games into a coherent film plot, for each of the story arcs. What do you think? I'm not sure whether they made it. Do you think it's possible? Do you think they can actually adapt it into a better way? I think just kind of very mixed on this.
No, that would take a bit of consideration to think about.
I'm very mixed about this.
It's not something you can come up on a whim. You really have to think about it. You need to look at stuff Can the medium of film itself actually be able to do?
They make it. They just, and to be honest, none of the stories, none of the plot of each of the story arcs are interesting.
They don't add anything. No,
none of them are actually interesting.
Anything unique.
They have tried to add story arcs and some dramas or some subplots in it. They tried, but still, they are not that interesting. And I was thinking, it's really hard to put into words. I don't even know how to write it in the notes. Yeah, so I was thinking that maybe they just turn the game's plot into anime, and they just leave it at that.
No, they turn the game's plot into something that's oddly enough watered down. Did you notice how they gleamed? Did you notice they gleamed over certain characters?
What do you mean by gleam over? What do you mean by that?
Think about it.
No, I'm not going to think about it.
You fucking piece of shit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too.
So what are you talking about? Can you get into more details?
They gleam over certain characters. Like if you remember the first episode.
You mean they just skip 4 boss fights? Just skip 4 boss fights?
Why?
I mean, do the boss fights have any? Do the boss fights have any relevance in terms of the plot?
I will come to believe the Prism Rivers have had some relevance.
Well,
but they're just guarding
the gates.
Pieces of fuck.
They're just guarding the gates.
They have relevance because they're guarding the gate. But here we just fly past them.
When you think about it, is just that. Well, I don't know, man. I think that prison river fight can be skipped. I think all the first 4 stages fight, they all can be skipped. Yeah, I think I think all the 4 boss fight, they have no relevance to the plot, and only Yumu and Yuko's fight matters. So yeah.
If you were able to rewrite the story to kick them out, you could have at least put in the effort to rewrite the story to keep them the fuck in.
Well, if I want to rewrite the stories, I think that if I'm actually skilled enough to rewrite the stories, I will just I will include every fight, and I will make all of them look like a JoJo fight. Because I like JoJo fights.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
From the view of a consumer.
But that's if I'm skilled enough.
That's if you're skilled enough.
That's like fucking dreams. It won't happen. Yeah. Anyway. And yeah, So do you have anything to say? I'm very mixed.
I swear to God, if the 13th episode isn't the Mountain of Faith story and it doesn't have Kanako, I will fucking riot. That is all I can say. Kanako. When the flying fuck are all the other characters outside of right after Mountain of Faith gonna come out? We already have Subterranean Animism. We have seen cameos
Byakuren.
Yes, I've seen cameos. I cannot remember ever seeing anyone else. 10 Desires.
No.
Maybe DDC. I don't know. Is there any 10 Desire characters?
I don't see 10 Desires or Double Dealing characters. Oh, I see Okinga.
Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom as well.
I see Okinga. Yeah, I'm just joking.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit. I was so excited. I was like, wow, they're actually, looking at other fucking characters now. No. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I purposely lied to you because I'm evil.
I'm gonna kill people now.
Well,
So when's the subterranean animism episode coming?
not ever, since it's so slow. And right now they are adapting the Moko's extra stage.
Have they not finished? Have they not finished fighting?
The episode 12 is just the first episode. There's going to have more. And apparently
when does it end? When does it end?
I don't know. The episode 12.
No, sorry, that's what I meant. When did what happens at the ending of episode 12? Basically?
Episode 12. Okay, basically, right, so I have to give context for why it's episode 12. Yeah, it's an extra stage, and how they adapt it in that Kaguya opens something like a festival of sorts, and they want them, and Kaguya wants everyone to participate in the game to fight or to catch. And it's to fight. I don't remember. It's to fight or capture ghosts. And Remilia strolls in the forest alone, and she met that ghost, which is Moko, and she fights Moko, and we don't know whether she wins or not. And Kaguya.
So are you telling me episode 13 doesn't have the Mountain of Faith story?
No, it won't. I already told you the next story arc is about Moko's extra stage. They're going to dedicate the entire story arc to that extra stage.
I am so angry.
And it ends with a cliffhanger of Sakuya. Well, anyway, I'm not going to explain more.
I'm so sad.
So yeah. Oh, okay. I want to say that. Do you think this is a bad anime? Bad fan anime adaptation?
It is an anime that is serviceable. However, my standards are a bit too high for serviceable anime. I don't like it at all, which is a bit sad. Because I do remember loving it a lot the first time I watched it. I've said this multiple times already. I do remember loving it a lot the first time I watched it. Now, though, it just feels like a fucking stream of disappointment.
So, okay. For me, I think this is just a fan service anime. Like I watch it. I think their goal is just to be a vehicle for fan service. They try to fill in as much reference as possible and try to make it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the dialogues. They also don't like the dialogues.
You have talked about it. I think you have talked.
I forgot to bring in this. I forgot to bring this point. The dialogue. Okay. I also don't like the dialogue because they are all flowery things. They only say flowery things, which further makes it even more unnatural. Yeah.
Wait, what? In what sense?
Like they just all saying good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And what am I gonna say again? Yeah. And like everything is just good stuff. Like something in Iyashike. But this is not an Iyashike, so I'm not in the immerse. I cannot immerse in it. The immersion just breaks.
Oof, ouch.
Okay, so yeah, I say this is a very. I think their goal is to just be a fan service show, and I'm not for fan service in general. So yeah, this is not for me at all. And if there's a very extreme hardcore Touhou fans, I think I can just recommend this to those super hardcore Touhou fans who will just watch anything Touhou because it's all fan service. But after I hear you, listen to you talks about their sound designs and the directions, which is apparently very amateurish. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe I still recommend it. Maybe I will still recommend it.
You need to understand.
Yeah. What?
Okay. Look, no, you still need to understand. Let's be a bit lenient. Let's give them a bit of leniency. I am not a professional. You're not a professional. We are just consumers of the anime, and we are only telling people what we believe is right, is a good thing, or is wrong, the bad things.
Well, you see, like fan stuff. Okay, let's be honest. Fan stuff in general, they are not very good. They are very amateurish, and
but there's a certain charm to it. There's a certain charm to fan-made work. It feels like it's genuine. I don't know why, but as it keeps going on, the anime stops feeling genuine anymore. It feels like an obligation. But that's just me. I don't know.
Well, I can't really feel the genuineness in anything, even if it's like a fan-made work or it's something amateurish.
Like, you are pretty sociopathic.
Maybe. I mean, I'm really sociopathic. But yeah, okay. I say this because, like, I watched very amateurish stuff in the past, and I just like I can understand why these amateurish works they are made, and in a sense they are more, maybe they might be more meaningful than stuff that I like, especially hentai stuff. Because they are more meaningful, like maybe they're trying to show a message or something. But I just cannot root for them. I just hate them. I just don't care about them, and rather support the hentais I like. Again, hentai is example. Yeah. So yeah, the amateurish. So I don't really care about like how amateurish it is, or whether they are genuine or not. Those things. Like, okay, if it's amateurish but I like it, then I like it. If it's amateurish but it's not good, then I don't like it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Sure. Makes sense, actually. Makes very much sense. I don't really have anything to say, honestly.
Oh yeah. Speaking of this, have you heard about Death of the Author?
What?
Death of the Author.
What is this about?
It's about, well, like when you do basically doing analysis of art, you just ignore the author's intentions, completely ignore it. You basically kill the authors. Yeah, you can look it up. You can look it up. I think
Yes. I suppose I have done this before. I look at a work, I don't give a shit.
It's a very complicated thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can look it up, and you can just look it up, and I think you may be interested in it. Yeah. I think we have talked enough things. So both of us don't really like it, and I think that, and while I don't like it, I still recommend it to people who like fan service and are extreme hardcore Touhou fans or fan service.
Yeah.
And you just
I actually do recommend it if this is like it is basically a Touhou fan's first fan anime. After that, go for something else.
Actually,
there was another fan anime. I don't remember what it is.
There are five Touhou fan anime impressed more.
Ah, shit, I don't remember that one.
Summer Stay Dreams or Hifuka Activity Record.
The summer one. I think that
Summer Stay Dream.
Yeah, the one that's slightly less, slightly more amateurish in terms of art style, but it's still animated very well.
Wow.
Was that one?
I don't really remember a lot. I don't remember all of the Touhou anime I watched. Yeah, but I remember I like Summer Stay Dream more than Memories of Phantasm.
Yeah. Has it finished yet? Because I feel like there was one episode that was missing.
There's like apparently episode 4. Episode 4 will conclude the story, and they are at episode 3. It hasn't come out yet.
Why?
Because it took forever. It took forever to make one episode. I think there's like 2 years for an episode.
We shall wait.
Yeah, so I think we can just stop here.
Yeah,
and we're going to just leave it in the dark for what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about in the next episode. We'll just leave it in the dark instead of talking about it here.
Yes, we should not speaketh of it.
Okay, so thanks for listening.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and goodbye.